Hey everyone, John Oliver here. Today we're diving into the world of economics, but don't worry, I'll keep it as painless as possible. Let's talk about deflation. Now you've probably heard of inflation, where prices go up and your wallet feels lighter. Inflation is when the cost of goods and services increases over time, making everything from groceries to gas more expensive. It's a common economic phenomenon that most of us have experienced at some point. But what about deflation? Deflation is the opposite, prices go down. Sounds great, right? Imagine going to the store and finding that everything is cheaper than it was last week. It feels like a dream come true, especially if you're on a tight budget. Who doesn't love a good sale? Well, not so fast. While it might seem like a blessing to have lower prices, deflation can actually be a sign of deeper economic troubles. It's not just about getting a good deal, it's about the overall health of the economy. Deflation can be a sign of a struggling economy. When prices keep falling, it often means that demand for goods and services is dropping. Businesses might be forced to lower prices to attract customers, but this can lead to a dangerous downward spiral. When prices keep falling, people and businesses might hold back on spending, thinking things will get even cheaper later. This cautious behavior can further reduce demand, making the situation worse. It's a vicious cycle that's hard to break. This drop in demand can lead to a vicious cycle of lower production, job losses, and a shrinking economy. When businesses see that people aren't spending, they might cut back on production, leading to layoffs and higher unemployment rates. Think of it like this: deflation is like a sale that never ends. It sounds good initially, but eventually businesses start losing money, and people get laid off. The constant pressure to lower prices can erode profit margins, making it difficult for companies to stay afloat. It sounds good initially, but eventually businesses start losing money, and people get laid off. The constant pressure to lower prices can erode profit margins, making it difficult for companies to stay afloat. This can lead to a wave of bankruptcies and closures, further weakening the economy. Not exactly a recipe for economic success. In fact, prolonged deflation can lead to a deflationary spiral, where the economy continues to contract and recovery becomes increasingly difficult. It's a scenario that economists and policymakers strive to avoid at all costs. So, while the idea of falling prices might seem appealing at first glance, it's important to understand the broader implications. Deflation can signal serious economic problems that require careful management and intervention. It's a complex issue, but one that's crucial to grasp if we want to maintain a healthy and stable economy. Now, let's shift our focus to China, the world's second-largest economy. This nation, known for its rapid growth and bustling markets, is now facing an unexpected twist in its economic narrative. China is currently facing a deflation drama, with prices falling for the first time in over 2 years. This isn't just a minor blip on the radar, it's a significant event that has economists and policymakers around the world paying close attention. This deflation isn't just a minor plot point, it's a major concern for the global economy. When prices fall, it can lead to reduced consumer spending, lower business profits, and a slowdown in economic growth. The ripple effects can be felt far beyond China's borders. So, what's causing this economic thriller in China? Well, several factors are at play. It's a complex web of issues that have converged to create this situation. One is the sluggish demand both domestically and internationally. Consumers are hesitant to spend, and businesses are cautious about investing. This lack of demand is a critical factor in the deflationary trend. People are buying less, partly due to global economic uncertainties and partly due to the aftereffects of the pandemic. The pandemic has left a lasting impact on consumer behavior, with many people still wary of spending money on non-essential items. Another factor is China's strict COVID-19 policies, which, while effective in controlling the virus, have also impacted economic activity. These policies have led to frequent lockdowns and restrictions, disrupting daily life and business operations. Lockdowns and restrictions disrupted supply chains and dampened consumer spending. Factories have had to halt production and goods have been stuck at ports, unable to reach their destinations. This has created a bottleneck in the supply chain, further exacerbating the economic slowdown. This combination of factors has led to a slowdown in China's economic engine, and deflation is a symptom of this slowdown. The once booming economy is now grappling with the challenges of reduced demand, disrupted supply chains, and cautious consumer behavior. The world watches closely, as China's economic health has far-reaching implications for global markets and trade. Now, you might be wondering, what does China's deflation have to do with India? Well, India and China share a complex relationship. They are major trading partners with billions of dollars in goods flowing between them each year. However, they are also economic rivals, competing for influence in the region and globally. China is India's largest trading partner, but the balance of trade is heavily tilted in China's favor. This means India imports far more from China than it exports. This trade imbalance is a significant concern for India, and China's deflation is adding fuel to the fire. One of the most immediate impacts of China's deflation on India is the threat of cheaper Chinese goods flooding the Indian market. With falling prices at home, Chinese manufacturers are looking for ways to boost their sales, and exporting their products at lower prices becomes an attractive option. This puts immense pressure on Indian industries, which now have to compete with a wave of cheaper imports. From electronics and textiles to toys and pharmaceuticals, various sectors in India are feeling the heat. This price war can stifle the growth of Indian businesses, impacting jobs and overall economic growth. Section 5. The widening gap, India's trade deficit and China's deflation. Remember that trade imbalance we talked about earlier? Well, China's deflation is making it even worse. As Chinese goods become cheaper, Indian consumers and businesses might be tempted to buy more of them, further widening the trade deficit. This outflow of currency to China can put pressure on the Indian rupee and impact India's foreign exchange reserves. Section 6. The global economic chill deflation's ripple effect. China's deflation isn't just a domestic issue, it's sending ripples throughout the global economy. As demand from China weakens, it impacts businesses and economies worldwide that rely on China's massive market. This global economic slowdown can indirectly affect India as well. Reduced demand for goods and services globally can impact Indian exports, further impacting economic growth. Section 7. India's countermoves. Strategies for a deflationary world. In this section, we will explore how India can navigate the complexities of a deflationary global economy, particularly in the wake of China's economic slowdown. So, what can India do in the face of these challenges? The answer lies in a multifaceted approach that leverages India's unique strengths and opportunities. Well, it's not all doom and gloom. Despite the challenges, there are several proactive measures that India can take to not only mitigate the negative impacts, but also to position itself as a resilient and growing economy. India can adopt various strategies to mitigate the negative impacts of China's deflation and strengthen its economic resilience. These strategies are designed to enhance domestic capabilities and expand international trade relations. One approach is to focus on boosting domestic manufacturing. This involves not just increasing production but also improving the quality and competitiveness of Indian goods. By promoting Make in India initiatives and providing incentives to domestic industries, India can reduce its reliance on Chinese imports and create jobs domestically. This will not only strengthen the local economy but also build a more self-reliant industrial base. Another strategy is to diversify its export markets. Diversification is key to reducing economic risks and ensuring steady growth. Instead of relying heavily on China and other major economies, India can explore new markets in Southeast Asia, Africa, and Latin America to reduce its vulnerability to economic shocks in any single region. By establishing strong trade relationships with a variety of countries, India can create a more balanced and resilient economic framework. Additionally, India can invest in its burgeoning tech industry. By fostering innovation and supporting startups, India can become a global leader in technology and digital services, further diversifying its economic portfolio. Education and vocational training are also crucial. By equipping its workforce with the necessary skills and knowledge, India can ensure that its industries remain competitive on the global stage. Finally, sound economic policies and strategic planning by the government will play a pivotal role. By implementing policies that encourage investment, innovation, and sustainable growth, India can navigate the challenges of a deflationary world and emerge stronger. In conclusion, while the global economic landscape may be fraught with challenges, India has the potential to turn these challenges into opportunities. Through strategic planning, diversification, and innovation, India can build a resilient and thriving economy for the future. Section 8. Your thoughts matter, join the discussion. So, there you have it, China's deflation and its potential impact on India. It's a complex issue with no easy solutions, and it's crucial to understand the dynamics at play. Now I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this? How do you think India should respond to these challenges? Section 9. Stay informed, like, subscribe, and let's explore more. Don't forget to like this video if you found it informative and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth discussions on global issues. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and let's keep exploring the world together.